Thank you for your participation to the event on India-Japan Business Conference today. 皆様、本日は日印ビジネスコンファレンスにご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございます。We are pleased to announce the opening session of the India-Japan Business Conference. This session will be highlighted the collaboration opportunities and how India and Japan can further work towards strengthening trade and economic cooperation. これより、日印ビジネスコンファレンス開会セッションを開始いたします。本セッションでは、日印両国が貿易・経済協力の強化に向けて、どのように取り組んでいくことができるのか、協力の機会に焦点を当てます。To begin this opening session, may I invite Mr. R. Dinesh, President, Confederation of Indian Industry, to make opening remarks. 開会にあたりまして、インド工業連盟会長 R. ディネシュ様より開会ご挨拶をいただきます。
Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, my colleagues in the Indian delegation, and all of those who are assembled here. On behalf of the Confederation of Indian Industry, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of those who are present here today, and in what I would say is furthering the Indo-Japan partnership, which has been set in motion, well in place and already. The conference is being organized by CII in partnership with the Embassy of India in Tokyo and JETRO. I have to thank the ambassador for his personal involvement in not only this visit, but also the various efforts he has been taking in furthering the interests of the Indo-Japan partnership and especially the businesses. So thank you, sir. And really, I would call it a heartfelt thanks from all of our side. And you're not only been most proactive in supporting businesses, but in fact, you gave us the date for our visit, and I think you arranged the cherry blossoms also to bloom late so that all of us can visually see it. Thank you again. JETRO has been CII's constant partner, and Nakoja-san, I think, has been a very strong proponent of our relationship. We look forward to working with you further in making this relationship even faster and further grow in a best manner possible. As all of you are aware, Prime Minister Kishida-san during his visit to India had talked about US dollars, Japanese 5 trillion yen investments in India by 2027, which would cover a wide spectrum of investment opportunities. These announcements have to be followed up by action by businesses. You are well aware of how India has been growing. We from CII side believe that India will continue to grow at well above 7.5% in the coming year, and we believe this rate of growth will be surpassed in the future years because of the various focus which has happened in terms of both ease of doing business and cost of doing business. This obviously has now thrown up huge opportunities for investments and for Japanese companies and Indian businesses to work together to make the future happen. We do know that considering the various geopolitical issues which the world faces, this partnership is strategic in nature between India and Japan. This will also be further enhanced and made even stronger, if I can say so, by focusing on a few specific areas, and I would like to talk about those. First is this partnership has to extend to not just the large businesses from the two countries, but has to be extended to cover the small and medium enterprises which make up the economic benefit of both India and Japan together. To make that happen, CII will also be working to facilitate the entry of Japanese businesses, not just as to make investment in India, but also to find partners in the SME sector with whom technology can be shared and benefits can be worked out together, because there are similar companies in India who are also looking for partnership from the Japanese companies. Second, we have to see how we can, Japanese companies and can work on making Indian, uh, India and Indian companies as part of the global value chain. And to make that happen, it's again important that the technology support and the cost competitiveness of India, which is already been well established, is further strengthened by these partnerships coming together. There has to be set a specific target and milestones to make this happen for technology transfer and also for sourcing to take place. The third, which is a new area, which I think we can definitely explore, is regarding the digital health initiatives and how we can leverage technologies to support it. Along with this, there also exists an opportunity for medical devices manufacturing, which is a know-how which is well present in Japan and can be leveraged from a manufacturing competitiveness perspective in India. We also know that India has committed to a green transition, which will require significant support from not just the funding of it, but also the technology support which will be required to make that happen. So whether it be in terms of green hydrogen, solar modules, wind turbines, and any other support which can be provided for this transition is something, is an opportunity, business opportunity for the Japanese companies to look at and for Indian companies to partner with. The next one is regarding, I would call it critical and emerging technologies. And this again presents a huge opportunity which we can leverage. The final comment I would like to make is with regard to ensuring people mobility between both the countries. And in this regard, especially so, where Indian skilled talent can be made available and made use of by the Japanese companies who lack that labor availability today. And I want to clearly distinguish and mention, we are not speaking about immigration. We are speaking about people coming in, working for a few years in Japan and going back. And they actually become a living bridge of culture and partnership between the two countries. We in India are very much excited to be part of this Indo-Japan journey of not only these investments to happen, but also businesses to benefit from both countries as we progress in this. We as CII and as Indian industry will be committed to making this happen. And this delegation actually comes every year, and we will be very happy to see more successes taking place, for which we will proactively work with all of you to make that happen. Once again, with a sincere thanks to you, Ambassador, and looking forward to working with all of those who are present here and all of those who have met during this visit to grow this journey, to make this happen and grow together for the benefit of both India and Japan and Indian businesses and Japanese businesses. Thank you and wish this event all success.
Good afternoon, everybody. President of CII, Sri R. Dinesh Ji, Mr. Kazuya Nakajo, Executive Vice President, JETRO, distinguished guests, delegation from India, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by welcoming each one of you to Embassy of India today. I also invite you to go to the fourth floor, terrace of the embassy, for a cherry blossom viewing after this session. Let me tell you, it looks really beautiful from there. I also thank CAI and JETRO for their efforts and support in organizing today's event. I'm very happy to see that's a full house with people even waiting outside with both the floors full. I'm so happy to see so many of our business leaders who are significant stakeholders in India-Japan relationship present here today. In my remarks today, I would like to focus on 3 points. One, the bigger picture of India-Japan strategic partnership. Second, where does our business cooperation stands today in this bigger picture? Third, what is our strategy for business engagement for 2024 and beyond? First, the bigger picture. We live in a region faced with multiple geopolitical, geoeconomic, and geotechnological challenges today. Our region of Indo-Pacific, the confluence of the two seas, face multiple challenges, including business-related challenges. India's vision for this Indo-Pacific was well articulated by Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, when he said, I quote, "When the oceans are open, the seas are secure, countries are connected, rule of law prevails, and the region is stable, nations, small and large, prosper as sovereign countries." Unquote. This captured the bigger picture of the entire spectrum of challenges that we face and India's vision on it. For Indians who are present here would recall a similar feeling, a poetic vision when Rabindranath Tagore wrote some time back, where the mind is without fear, where head is held high, where knowledge is free. I'm sure that you would recall that feeling when we hear about this vision of Honorable Prime Minister. Dear friends, our two countries, India and Japan, who enjoy a special strategic and global partnership, have been working together to meet the challenges that we face in Indo-Pacific and beyond. 2023 has been a great year in our bilateral and plurilateral relationship. The year 2023, we have seen a real momentum in our relationship at all levels. We have been able to hold meetings of almost all major bilateral mechanisms, over 50 of them. There have been several ministerial visits, official visits, track 1.5 and track 2 meetings, and hundreds of business delegations. I am very happy to mention that. We also had multiple military exercises, ship visits, and high-level defense delegations, including visit of Chief of Defense Staff. Our G20 and G7 presidencies provided a further momentum to our relationship. Our close engagement as partners in Quad has brought an unprecedented vibrancy in our relationship. Let me also share with you my experience about G20. There were 200 meetings held in India in over 60 cities. That means 200 delegations from Japan attended these meetings. I had the opportunity to meet several of those delegations who came back from India. I can share you what they told me. Everyone has come back with this message that what they saw in India is a new India. India has changed. India has transformed. They spoke about the economic transformation. They spoke about the digital transformation. They spoke about the connectivity, the intercity connectivity, infrastructure. There are more cranes operating in India than anywhere else in the world today, and many of them are Japanese cranes. So there has been this momentum, this transformation. Each one of them came and told me, and I was very happy to hear that. This is the time to look at India. That is their message, that is my message, that is CIA's message, that is everyone's message. The year 2024, we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Special Strategic and Global Partnership. We have begun the year well. We are maintaining the momentum of last year, this year as well. Honorable External Affairs Minister was in Tokyo last month. Foreign Secretary was in Tokyo in February. I can assure you, 2024 is going to be more eventful in India-Japan relationship. Our roadmap for 2024 is clearly set. That brings to me to my second point. Where does our business engagement stands today in this bigger strategic picture? I am very happy to report that 2023 has again been a great year for business as well. There has been multiple engagements. We had our finance minister, commerce minister, and commerce and industry minister, our Meiji minister, all visiting Japan, engaging with the businesses here. We have seen similar visits by Japan delegations to India. I recall the visit of former Prime Minister Suga, whom the delegation just now, a few hours back called on. He had led a delegation of 100 business leaders from Japan to India in July last year and called on Honorable Prime Minister. Here in Japan, almost every day, I had the opportunity to engage with a wide range of companies, chambers, industry associations, and groups focusing on diverse sectors: semiconductors, critical technology, defense equipment, drones, medical equipment, AI, ICT, new and renewable energy, to mention a few. During my 1 year in Japan, personally, I had experienced the momentum for India in every prefecture that I visited, that is 40 of them. In concrete terms, we also have made significant progress, including in our target of 5 trillion yen investment in India. Despite all this engagement and progress, our business is too far, still far below the potential. That brings me to my third point. What is our strategy for business engagement 2024 and beyond? The answer for me is one word: engage, engage, engage. In this context, I welcome the visit of the CII delegation and the other delegations which takes the initiative to come to Japan, not only to Tokyo, but also to other parts of Japan. Tokyo alone is not Japan. Japan is much bigger than Tokyo. Similarly, remember, Delhi alone is not India. India is much bigger. So we need to expand our reach. And then I remember Jetro for the support they extend to me whenever I travel in Japan to other prefecture. The message of a new India, a transformed India, a confident India, a vibrant and dynamic India needs to reach every corner of Japan. The success story of 1,500 Japanese companies need to be proclaimed from every rooftop in Japan. Let us work towards the meeting our new target, that is making this 1,500 into 15,000. And that is where the SME sector come in, which Honorable President of CII, is Chairman of CII, mentioned in his opening remarks. We have a great product, the India story, the India-Japan strategic partnership story. India-Japan business partnership story is a great product. Let us sell it better. India's strategic location makes an attractive export hub for Middle East, Europe, and Africa. India is prioritizing manufacturing sector, and its schemes such as PLI invite Japanese companies to establish their bases in India to benefit from the export hub model. Let's also address the trade and investment issues, small and big, that hinders our deeper engagement. Let us make our SEPA and our partnership agreements and the MOUs work better. Let us use all the trade and business platforms that exist in our relationship to take it forward. Let us also work towards enhancing our cooperation in human resources, skilled, talented workforce. Japan is the best, and India has the best talent, and Japan should get the best talent. We should have more Indian dynamic, talented engineers and other skilled workers to be in Japan. I am convinced of the momentum of India-Japan business relationship. As I said, I traveled all across Japan. I have personally experienced that momentum in business and in human resources. From Hokkaido to Okinawa, I see a momentum for India-Japan relationship. It is important that we work towards converting this momentum into business partnership. The only way it is possible is through interactions as we do it today. I congratulate and thank CII for its many efforts in building this partnership. Embassy considers CII as one of our closest partners in our journey to connect our business. Let us continue to work to build this partnership driven by innovation, sustainability, and shared prosperity. Let us aim for a quantum leap, connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for your remarks. Next, I would like to request Mr. Kazuya Nakajo, Executive Vice President, JETRO, to make remarks. 続きまして、JETRO 理事、中条和也様よりご挨拶をいただきます。
Thank you for kind introduction. His Excellency, Mr. Shibi George, Mr. Aldimish, President of CII, distinguished member of CII delegation visiting Japan this time, prominent speakers from Japanese business community, and distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm part of the organizer, I'd like to deliver a few messages from us. First of all, congratulate for this CII delegation successful visit in Japan, and this is the one of the most popular seminar amongst all the series of seminar conducted by us and Embassy of India in Japan. And as you can see, this is the full house of audiences, and we even closed the application earlier than the scheduled time and date. So this is the actually so awaited event, the awaited delegation, and awaited moment for our business circle in Japan. So I don't want to repeat to all these distinguished speakers. So I'd like to share with you a few figures which proves that the ambassador's speech. This is the time of the momentum between India and Japan. Please go to the next slide. And next one. Next one, please. Okay, this is the figure. So next slide, please. So this is the figure that this is out of this figure is out of our survey which conducted last summer, and we conducted this survey by asking all these Japanese business operators in overseas market, and we asked the willingness of expand business in this 1-2 years. So as you can see, India marked the top, and 75.6% of Japanese operators, business operators in India, is given a very positive, shows a very positive sentiment towards expansion of their business in India. And the right hand side, you can see direction of business development for the next 1-2 years by manufacturing and non-manufacturing figures. So non-manufacturing figure is slightly larger than the number of the manufacturing industry, but this doesn't mean there's a kind of a difference in between. Next slide, please. And next one. Next one, please. Okay. So this is the another figure that we asked the profitable or not profitable operations done in the market. and in India, 60, what? 63. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, oh, menu. Okay. Sorry. This one. 63% making a kind of wrapping. Oh, no, no. This is a sales share expected. Sorry. This is the share of sales is going to increase. 60 over 65% of the companies are saying that the sales share is going to expand from their business in India. And next one, next slide, please. So this is the most important. Now, 70.9% company operators says they are making a profit from Indian business, and this is a higher in ranking, and also this is this has proved that the image toward India has completely changed from the last decade or last 2 decades. We've been told that India is not profitable market, but now 70% of companies are saying that they are making a profit from India. And next, please. Next slide, please. The dark blue is the figure of India, and you can see 2015, 2014, around 50% of the companies are making a profit, and now it's over 70%. So the profitability is increasing. So this is proof that they are now making money, and also they are enjoying the growth of the market of India. And the next slide, please. So many of the speakers said that India has an export potential, but this is the figure of export figure out of their sales. And 2016 it was 14.5%. So 14 point, around 15% of total sales of Japanese companies are going out or directed to export business. But now it has slightly increased to around 18%. But we can foresee there are more and more Japanese companies are now seeking to export by looking at the next slide. Next slide, please. So, 33%, one third of the company operators in India is now considering to export from their products from India to the other market. And this looks really lower than we expected, but India's market itself is expanding, and they have to also cope with the market expansion or sales growth by themselves, so that still they are considering to export from India. That is the kind of a very positive sign for us. So these are the figures I wanted to share with you. And the next agenda is how the sentiment is there, but how we can create more, how we can how we can increase the number of the Japanese companies in India from 14,000 to double, triple, or 10 times, which is the always stated by the His Excellency Ambassador. And my answer is to create a kind of a momentum for Japanese company to decision make their kind of, decision make their kind of new endeavor or to go to Indian market. Suzuki committed uh, to double their production in next 7 years or 6 years, and that is a new momentum. And also, this semiconductor. India committed to be was kind of this friendshore country, and also Micron and the other companies have in the semiconductor sector has committed to put their facility in India. Energy is there. Also, many of the energy company has committed to expand their business in India for their renewables and further to the hydrogen and ammonia, that area. So this is the kind of new momentum, and we can foresee more momentum by uh, setting up one more kind of step forward to such as incentivize more export from India by creating a new policy, or to let them consider to uh, create a more kind of bilateral and trilateral trade systems. And also for the more bold uh, consumer market, we may need to have a kind of a anchor investor, like some content business or some kind of a big retail business, or more kind of Japanese food business is going to India. So all these things will create a momentum, and which make bold flow of Japanese business flow from here to India. So that is my kind of wish, and also I'm kind of, I'm very sure that may happen in next 1 or 2 years. So thank you very much, and that's my kind of remarks. Thank you.
中条様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Mr. Bill Advani, Chairman, CII International and Trade Policy Council, to make remarks. 続きまして、インド工業連盟国際貿易政策委員会会長、ビル・アドバニ様よりご挨拶をいただきます。
His Excellency Mr. Sibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, Nakajo-san, Executive Vice President, Japan External Trade Organization, Mr. R. Dinesh, President, CII, respected delegates from India and Japan, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to participate and share my thoughts at the CII India-Japan Cooperation event that is being jointly organized with the Embassy of India in Tokyo and JETRO. I do hope this conference will contribute towards strengthening the engagement between the business communities from our two countries. CII has closely worked with JETRO in undertaking various initiatives towards strengthening business and economic ties between India and Japan. India and Japan have had a long-standing close relation with strong business, investment, and R&D links. Economic relations have been steadily strengthened and have witnessed an upswing with many high-level engagements, as the ambassador had talked to us about, taking us to even newer areas of cooperation. Japanese companies have leveraged the Indian market for a long time and have had very good success there, as we had seen from the earlier presentation. With India's strong growth path, a proactive and continuous reform agenda, and a rapidly growing market, the country offers a large number of new opportunities for Japanese companies. On the bilateral front, economic relations between India and Japan have truly turned multidimensional, with a significant convergence of interests. Japan is the fifth largest investor in India, with FDI reaching 41.5 US billion dollars till December 2023. Trade, however, remains a concern. FY 22-23 bilateral trade was only $22 billion. Clearly, we have not been able to fully leverage the CEPA. Given the current geopolitical landscape that we are in the world today, it is the right time for us to review this CEPA so that it can support more trade, especially in relation to food security, healthcare security, pharma security. India's economy has displayed robust growth over the last few years and exhibited strong resilience amidst a challenging global environment. We feel that there is a lot of scope for these two large Asian economies to further strengthen our economic partnership, given the strong ties that we already have, the governmental leadership, and the mutual synergies between the businesses of the two countries. By harnessing each other's strengths, both India and Japan can increase their engagement for mutual gains and higher shared prosperity. Let me outline a few areas of cooperation in the areas of advanced manufacturing and emerging technologies for boosting India Japan ties and investments in these sectors. First, India and Japan must expand digital cooperation in areas such as urban planning, public transportation, intelligent transport systems, road safety, low carbon mobility, and overall innovation. Specific projects should be rolled out with private sector participation from both sides. Further, digital tools are indispensable for combating climate change, and together the two countries have the potential to co develop new AI models and technologies that can support sustainability efforts. Second, development of green hydrogen and fuel cell technologies. India and Japan have signed a memorandum of cooperation in 2018 to establish a hydrogen corridor in India and with Japan, where hydrogen powered vehicles and refueling stations will be deployed. I think we have the framework, we need to now implement it. Third, the two countries can explore collaborating in critical technologies. My colleague Dinesh already talked about this, especially both bilaterally as well as in the Quad. India has recently signed an initiative on critical and emerging technologies, or ICET, with the United States, with CII as the nodal point for Indian industry. India and Japan should evaluate a similar structure, and CII would be very keen to play a nodal role in that cooperation as well. Fifth, some Japanese companies have their own R&D and design centers in India. CII can facilitate R&D by Japanese companies in Indian academic institutions and as well as tie-ups with industry partners. Equally, large Indian companies will benefit from R&D tie-ups with Japanese academic institutions. There's an enormous amount of trust between our two countries. This can be leveraged and should be leveraged for far more and far better R&D cooperation. Sixth, the CII Smart Manufacturing Council can set up a cell to handhold Japanese and Indian companies to enable the adoption of low-cost smart manufacturing technologies and implementation of Industry 5.0 and smart manufacturing in India. This will strengthen Indian manufacturing and enable us to integrate into global value chains that originate here in Japan. And lastly, while there are close to 1,500 Japanese companies operating in India, very few of them are exporting to other countries from India. We saw in the presentation it's grown to about 18%, but I think there's a huge, tremendous opportunity for that 18% to become 50%. This is the real game-changing opportunity. If we are to take those 1,500 companies to 15,000 and we are to take that 18% to 50%, just imagine how much export we can get out of India. And please remember that Make in India is not just make for India, but it is make for the world. And so if we get these 15,000 companies to export, at least 50% of them to export, I think we can significantly contribute to India's goal of being the real manufacturing hub and alternative to China for the world. So in closing, I'm confident that our collaboration will continue to grow and deepen in the coming years as we explore new avenues and opportunities for investment, innovation, and exchange. I look forward to the deliberations today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your remarks. We will now have an exchange of MOU between Confederation of Indian Industry and the Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers. May I request Mr. R. Mukandan, Chairman, CII Institute of Quality Advisory Council, and Mr. Masato Onodera, Managing Director and Secretary General, JUSE, to come on the stage. ここでインド工業連盟と一般社団法人日本科学技術連盟との同意書交換を行います。どうぞステージ上へお上がりください。May I request His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, Ambassador, and Mr. R. Dinesh, President of CIA, also come on the stage, please. We are concluding the opening session now. 以上をもちまして開会セッションを終了といたします。We are now move on to the second session, deepening partnership in high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies. ここからはセッション2、ハイテク製造と新興技術におけるパートナーシップを深めるに進みたいと思います。少々お待ちくださいませ。May I request Mr. Rajan Navani, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Jetlight Group of Companies, to moderate this session. And please come on the stage. May I request Mr. R. Mukandam, Managing Director and CEO, Tata Chemicals Limited, Mr. Satoshi Fujimori, Member of the Board, Senior Executive Officer, CFO and CSO, Mikuni Corporation, Mr. Takashi Imamura, Executive Officer, Marubeni Corporation, Mr. Srivarat Goyal, Whole-time Director and CEO, Reliance MET City, to come on the stage. パネルディスカッション登壇者の皆様はステージ上にお越しくださいませ。 I would like to request Mr. Rajan Navani to moderate this session.
Thank you. Very good. You can hear that? Is it audible? Very good afternoon to all of you. Ambassador Sibi George, President Dinesh Nakaju-san, and all my panelists here. Very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this session where we're going to talk about how do we deepen partnerships in high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies. As you have heard already, this is one area that has got tremendous traction in our conversations and in our dialogues, especially this time when we have come as a CEO visit and meeting many of our counterparts here in Japan. I think this area of high-tech manufacturing is one that brings about tremendous complementarity when it comes to Japan and India. There are emerging and new technologies that need to find their right channel, the right way for it to be represented for the world. And I think the opportunity for India and Japan to come together to set the standards, to be able to find unique case studies and actually lead the world in how these kind of things can actually happen, not only for India in India or Japan in Japan or Japan in India, India in Japan, but India and Japan for the world. I think strategic advancements in all of these critical technologies and their related supply chains also provide a very, very strong opportunity for many solutions to be developed for the world. I think there is a very strong opportunity for us to look at aspects that are very, very key about the future. So we have heard a little bit about generative AI, we've heard about fintech, we've heard about blockchain, we've heard about many, many areas in cyber infrastructure. But I think at the underlying opportunity here is the ability for all of these to work together to create disruptive change. And as we see quantum computing coming in, the speed of computational capacity is going to be a billion times faster. Now, we can imagine what kind of chaos that would create in the world, but at that junction of chaos lies the opportunity. And I don't think there could have been a better time for an India and Japan collaboration to happen on this subject. I think the Internet of Things has also ensured that there is a lot of manufacturing change that is being led both in Japan and in India. And how do we look at that as an advancement where India has created digital public infrastructure to keep the citizen at its center, and Japan has a Society 5.0 architecture, again, which leverages multiple technologies to be able to deliver citizen services. And I think there's again a huge opportunity on many of those sides as well. I think one of our key opportunities that would lie would be in the ability to create our next generation workforce. India's average mean age is 29 years. I know in Japan it is 48 years, but there again, I think the ability for young people from India to be able to contribute to this partnership is so much more meaningful. Also, I think the ability for us to create products and services that connect our young generations together is also very important, particularly when we see the future for the next 25 years. CII has launched a program which is really working with multiple stakeholders, including government in India, to make sure that we are able to realize a very ambitious vision for what India can be in 2047. That is India at 100. And I think a partnership with Japan towards the fulfillment of that vision and the ability for India to also strengthen Japan over the next 25 years, I think is a great opportunity for us to have. It will also take a lot of the work that we are doing into SMEs, into prefectures here, into different states and tier one, tier two cities in India. And I think therein we will be able to unlock the true potential, of this partnership. I think there are multiple other areas that I will request my fellow panelists to speak about as we look at this very important subject for both of our countries. May I now cordially invite Mr. R. Mukundan, who is the Managing Director and CEO of Tata Chemicals, to kindly share his thoughts on the subject.
Firstly, thank you very much, and I want to thank His Excellency Ambassador
Sorry, is it? Oh, yeah, now it's audible. Firstly, let me thank Your Excellency Ambassador C.B. George for organizing and hosting us here, and also Nakajo-san for his putting together this workshop along with our team from CII. As you saw just now, Rajan, we just signed an MOU between JUICE and CII Institute of Quality. This is to go ahead and ensure we set the highest standards in India, and we learn from the best and we learn from each other. India knows how to do things in scale, and Japan needs to do things at the highest quality. And I think both can learn from each other. One of the key things I want to say how much India has benefited from this cooperation is outside of Japan, India has the highest amount of Deming award winning companies. I think that is to a large extent that these two countries have worked together at the ground level, at the grassroots level, and have created products of the highest standards in the world. Now, looking at next high-tech manufacturing and next high-tech emerging technologies, I would certainly say that the area which we need to work together much more strongly together is in the area of sustainability. You spoke about AI and quantum. I'm not going there. I'm looking about practical day-to-day living for people, and I think that itself offers huge amount of opportunity for us, especially with respect to the new policy of India in terms of total EV electrification of its whole mobility and the whole opportunity in terms of PLI manufacturing for batteries and battery technology, where we are going to be setting up 50 gigawatts of manufacturing facility in India for Indian market. This provides a huge opportunity for Japanese companies to come and invest in India. In addition to that, you spoke about talent. I think I just want to say that we've seen in our chemical industry itself, Japan has India is the sixth largest chemical industry, and Japan is the fourth largest in the world. But I think more importantly, the kind of R&D we need to do in new materials. I think the work which is happening now in the R&D labs in India, which are Japanese labs, I think is path breaking, and I think we should continue to encourage that in terms of developing next level of technologies. And also some of the things which we could do at entry level. This is at the company level, but I think we must build also a culture of cooperation. And I think in that, I would certainly say that the companies, in addition to government, must come forward with exchange program for the R&D personnel, exchange program for the manufacturing leaders, so that they can experience each other's culture, each other's way of working. I think this will bring future leaders together into, as our ambassador put it very finely, can we get Mount Fuji and Himalaya together? I think that really should be the opportunity we should all aim for. Thank you.
Thank you, Mukund. And as you mentioned R&D, India has just in the last budget announced a $12.5 billion for the first time, allocation to R&D, and to really take this as a very significant and important step in the country. So again, huge opportunities for collaboration. May I now invite Mr. Satoshi Fujimori-san, the member of Board of Senior Executive Officer, CFO and CSO of Mikuni Corporation for his remarks.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Can I use a slide? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe I'm from Mikuni, and maybe you do not know Mikuni quite well. But what I would like to tell you is our next growth story is India. That's what I would like to tell you. And also, one of the 70% of profitable company in India, we are one of them. Yeah, second point. Okay. And also, since 1985, yeah, we are in the India market. And also now we export a lot of products from India to Southeast Asia and Europe and also to Japan. So most probably we a little bit, yeah, doing right direction of what you would like to do. Okay. And then let me explain our company a little bit. Yeah, Mikuni is 100 years history. Next, please. And we are listed on the stock exchange market in Japan. Next. And we have lots of facilities in India, in Japan. And next, please. And also we have a lot of production site in the world. And next, please. Especially India, we are located in Nimrana. Next. And this is our net sales business segment, but we are almost $1 billion company. Okay, next. And this is our Indian customers. Yeah, India, our main customer is Maruti Suzuki and also Tata in automotive. And also a motorcycle, we take care almost every motorcycle company in India. So we are doing quite well. Okay, next. And this is our product. Our product is in component for internal combustion engine. Of course, electric vehicle is getting much popular, but in India, what we'd like to say, hydrogen is also getting popular, and also CBG, compressed biogas, is also much getting stronger, and also biofuel like ethanol is also getting popular. Yeah, that is utilization of internal combustion engine. So we do not forget and we do not give up the internal combustion engine. Next. Yeah, this is of course for EV. Yeah, we are doing the lots of component for the electric vehicle, especially for thermal management system for battery and electric motor. Next. And this is also for motorcycle. We are doing this kind of things, not only internal combustion engine, but also electric motorcycle, which will be also getting much popular in India, we guess. Okay. Next. And we are also lots of development bench and also lots of software. And our software is all the times connected to our Indian company and our research and development center in Kanagawa, 24 hours, 7 days. And due to corona disease, so we do not, back and forth between India and Japan. So we connect by internet, and then we also instruct and exchange. There are lots of technologies between our Indian colleagues and Japanese colleagues. That was very helpful. Okay, next. And this is our Indian operation. Mikuni India is located in Nimrana, as you know. And next, please. And this is our business outline in India. We are still small, but we are emerging in India. And also, please, next. Yeah, our business development is something like this. So emerging of Indian mobility, we follow those emerging. Okay, next. Yeah, this is a business development text, please. And also what we are now trying to set up the research and development center, we would like to hire lots of engineers in India and all the times connected with Japan. And as you mentioned, yeah, in India, lots of young people there, okay? So that's why we would like to collaborate with Indian people to develop for the products for Indian market and also for world market. That's our aim. Next, please. Okay, that is a very, very short, brief introduction of Mikuni. And we put our business strategy. India is #1 in outside of Japan. So we would like to put our lots of effort to India. So we would like to have your continuous collaboration to Mikuni Corporation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Fujimori-san. I think for talking about your story of India and the success, and also highlighting the power of, not only the Indian youth, but the Indian youth which is capable very, very strongly to deliver very good technology solutions. And I think the software part of India, the hardware and technology of Japan, makes a big difference. It's interesting to note that there are $6 trillion market cap companies in the world, of which five are technology companies, two of which actually have an Indian who is leading them, but all of them have had a lot of Indian engineering talent that has gone to make them such large companies. And now the time is, I think, for India and Japan to work to create at least one such
For the
trillion-dollar
future.
market cap company for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. May I now turn to Mr. Takashi Imamura, Executive Officer for Marubeni Corporation, to kindly share his remarks.
Thank you so much for the kind introductions. I'm Takashi Imamura, the Executive Officer of Marubeni Corporation. Marubeni is one of Japanese trading and investment company and long history in the operating in India. So starting from the textile and so the food, energy, and so many goods such as so on. And now we are participate in developing so-called industrial park in India, and also try to participate in real estate business. And still we would like to seeking the opportunity, so-called next generation business in India. So today I would like I myself is the business person and also the economist or political analyst of Marubeni Corporation. So today I provide my view about the Indian Japanese economic relations and also some forecast. So today I myself was based in India, just starting from 2004 to 2007. At that time, India is a very promising market, but still Japanese companies struggling to participate in India. There's many regulations, was about complicated rules such as zones. And after that, by now, still Japanese companies, a few companies could succeed, but many companies still struggling compared with other Asian market, ASEAN or China. But I think time is maturing. And also, so the external condition with is supporting this between two countries. Why I said is that U.S.-China confrontations and so competition for technological supremacy between the U.S. and China are bringing new opportunities for not only Japan but also India. Collaboration between collaboration between the US and China is impossible for advanced semiconductors such as phones. And so the US cannot produce within its own border in United States itself. So Japanese semiconductors, which have been very difficult conditions, almost dead, now survive. As you could see the so-called Taiwan TSMC in Kumamoto in Japan. Now, so I think this is one example. And so the only way is to form supply chain among allied and like-minded countries. Japanese semiconductors and India is also to join because we are allied. And also expanding such a business is very important. And so also it is a good opportunity for collaboration between Indian companies and Japanese SMEs. Yeah. India can either invest in Japan or or encourage Japanese SMEs to expand into India. Japan's very number of small and medium-sized enterprises. Many SMEs have been domestically oriented, seeking domestic demand or operating in domestic, and have been hesitant to expand overseas. However, domestic demand will inevitably mature and decline due to decrease in populations. Even for those companies that can expand it, a severe labor shortage awaits them. So we have no choice but to find a way to make a difference overseas. There's ample potential for SMEs in Japan. So many companies have excellent technology and intellectual property, but lack of funds and so manpower to expand. So this is where overseas firms, including India, will extend a helping hand. So finally, I would like to share Marubeni success story. This is a case in the US and Japanese Marubeni was investing in the United States. Marubeni has invested heavily in the United States. They are not necessarily the cutting edge companies in Silicon Valley. So medium-sized companies in conventional industries in United States are the main recipients of our investments. However, the company's excellent management, technologies, and sales capabilities combined with Marubeni's capital and good global network have accelerated the growth after the acquisition. There are opportunities for both traditional and the lower middle market companies in traditional industries. The important thing is to meet what business matching. So if different types of the companies can be matched, including the Japanese SMEs and India's excellent companies. Now, new opportunity will arise and from the cross fertilizations. If you don't meet them, you don't start. I think. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Imamura-san, and particularly for highlighting the opportunity in semiconductors, because India and Japan in July 2023 signed a memorandum of cooperation on semiconductors to collaborate on design, supply chains. And I think this is a big opportunity. India aspires to be amongst the top 5 semiconductor countries in the world. And I think this is, again, a good long-term opportunity for us to pursue. Thank you so much. May I now turn to our last speaker for today, Shri Vallabh Goyal, the whole-time director and CEO of Reliance MedCity.
Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, my colleagues from India, and industry partners from Japan. It's a great honor to be here today to discuss the critical topic of deepening partnership in high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies. In today's rapidly evolving landscape, collaboration is the key to driving innovation and staying ahead in the competitive world of technology. By deepening partnership, we can leverage collective expertise, resources, and network to unlock new opportunities and tackle challenges that no single entity could address alone. Partnership in high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies offer a multitude of benefits. They allow for sharing of knowledge, best practices, risk enabling us to accelerate development and adoption of cutting-edge technologies. Through collaboration, we can pool our strengths and capabilities to create synergies and drive growth and success in our industry. Open innovation and cross-industry collaboration play a crucial role in fostering creativity and driving breakthrough technology. By working together across disciplines and sectors, we can spark new ideas, explore unconventional solutions, and push the boundaries of what is possible in high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies. I am excited to share with you today some areas where partnership can lead to groundbreaking innovations and transformative advancement in our industry. These collaborations serve as testament to our power of teamwork, shared vision, and collective effort in driving progress and shaping the future of technology. Some of the areas which we believe that can be very useful are: first, urbanization and smart cities. India's rapid urbanization trajectory is to reach 600 million by 2030 individuals living in cities. This country aims to foster cities and offer essential infrastructure and a clean, sustainable environment through intelligent solutions, necessitating the implementation of innovative models and processes. And this is one of the largest opportunity, I believe, in the area of emerging technologies. And in this area, smart cities, government of India is doing lot of work and private sector is also doing lot of work. We ourselves, the Reliance Industries is developing a large smart industrial township near Delhi of 8,000 acres of land, and many of the Japanese companies have already set up their shop there. Second large area for this could be green energy. My colleagues have also spoken about this, the hydrogen, renewable batteries, etc. So India and Japan both have recognized the importance of green infrastructure in promoting sustainable development and combating climate change. In green energy space in India, we are also doing a lot of work in the CBG field, in battery field. Reliance has embarked upon a billions of dollar investment in 5 major green energy initiatives in the electrolyzer, in the battery storage, in the solar panel, and compressed biogas. We are doing in all these fields the lot of work is being done, and gigafactories are being established in India. The next major initiative could be Make in India initiative and SME companies transformation from Japan to India. Manufacturing in India has witnessed growth over the years, and this can be attributed to several initiatives launched by Indian government towards promoting manufacturing, including Make in India, production linked incentive, ease of doing business, lower corporate taxes. Our corporate taxes are lowest in the world today, and new manufacturing institutes, so on. The another area of in this could be aerospace and defense. In aerospace and defense industry, cooperation can involve joint ventures, technology transfer, and co-development of defense equipment and systems. India's 23 defense budget makes it third largest globally behind the United States and China. Another very important area of collaboration could be skill development. Skill development and training programs can address the evolving needs of manufacturing industry. In fact, in last 2 days, we have heard that Japan currently, due to the higher age, is short of the resources in terms of manpower. Our suggestion is, we have already talked many times in last 2 days, that you can bring people from Japan, from India, train them, and then your companies which are establishing their business in India, these people only can be sent as Japanese representatives there to combat the shortage of manpower here. And at and in India, Japan Industrial Manufacturing Councils has been skill centers have been set. Couple of centers have already been set, and we at METL, Model Economic Township, would be happy to support establishment of Japan Skill Center in our smart city. The last point on this front is standard and certifications. To achieve all the goals with respect to the smart manufacturing and technologies, the very important aspect is that there should be a common and synergized standard and certification program. Getting certificates from Japanese authorities can be expensive and time consuming, especially for food products, agri produce, marine produce, and certain manufacturing sectors. We would urge Japanese authorities to provide dedicated certification facilities in India so that the initiatives of the smart manufacturing can be fructified. Last, as we navigate the complex and dynamic landscape of high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies, it is clear that a collaborative ecosystem is essential for success. In conclusion, I urge all of us to embrace the spirit of partnership and collaboration as we embark on this exciting journey of shaping the future of high-tech manufacturing and emerging technologies. Together, we can achieve great things, drive meaningful change, and create a brighter future for both the countries for generations to come. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you, Sri Vallabh. The future generations is about really education. And I know Shardul, who is here with us, has been talking about this big opportunity for a Japanese university to be based in India, which will not only expose the Japanese to a lot more number of Indian students, but actually get Indian students to understand Japan, Japanese culture, do it in a business-like manner, and really build one combined workforce for the world with India and Japan for the future, given all of this. So we've heard some very interesting comments from everyone, multiple technologies, capabilities. I think space is one technology that has not been talked about, but that's again an area for collaboration. And the most exciting piece that I find about emerging technologies is really that you can put a chip in your brain and enhance the brain to be in a manner that we can use a lot more. I believe we use 7 or 8% of it. So there are so many different technologies that will come out in the years to come. And I think we have to ask ourselves, are we doing enough to be able to understand them and actually then utilize them for the benefit of the human race, of the planet, of multiple aspects that we need to do together. So with that, I'm going to bring this panel to a close. But if there is any one question or something from the audience, because we have provided some time for open interaction, I know we have crossed our time, but if there is one question, maybe we can take from the audience, or then we'll bring this to a close. I think everyone has heard enough. we have had, and we look forward to the interaction afterwards. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the panelists. We will now conclude the event on India-Japan Business Conference today. 以上をもちまして、日印ビジネスコンファレンスを終了とさせていただきます。Thank you very much for all the speakers and delegation to share valuable speech, presentations, and discussion. And thank you very much for all the participants to share your time with us. We will have a networking session with light refreshments at the area in the embassy side on the left side of this auditorium from now. We hope you will join us. The participants for the live streaming also invited for the networking session. この後、軽食付きのネットワーキングセッションをこの会場を出て左手の大使館側のスペースで開催いたしますので、皆様ぜひご参加くださいませ。ライブストリーミングへのご参加者もぜひご参加、ネットワーキングセッションにもご参加くださいませ。If you use the simultaneous interpretation service, please be sure to return the receiver to the reception. 同時通訳サービスをご利用になった方は、レシーバーを必ず受付までご返却お願いいたします。本日はご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。